What's going on, everyone? Hayden here, got my coffee, going to sit down and have a little chat with you. Don't know if people like these videos or not, where it's just me and like a vlog style thing in just a video. Anyway, I enjoy doing them. Some of them get quite a lot of traction, so here we go. So, look, without beating around the bush, I think sometimes money is like a taboo topic where you're not allowed to talk about it. I know sometimes, especially when I meet old friends that I used to go to school with, when I start talking about money, they ask, and then if I mention anything to do with money, a lot of them seem to get either sort of jealous or envious, or not necessarily just with me, but if we're talking about other people earning money or something like that. And there's always been like that taboo thing around it. But for me, I just think it's really important to be open and honest about who you are and what your goals are, because then you attract the people that are on the same sort of wavelength as you and the goals as you. And also, who cares? You know, I have an interest in making money and I'm not ashamed of it. You know, I do it in a way that I believe is very ethical, and that's the best that you can possibly do. Surround yourself with people that are doing the same sort of thing. So with that all said and done, I know there's a lot of people that like making money as well, and the reason I want to make loads of money is to have a great life and to treat my family and to, you know, have freedom and to pursue ambitions and goals that I have. So with that being said, I want to be a millionaire. I've done a slight similar video to this before, but this is going to go more in detail. So I want to be a millionaire. My mentor reckons I'll be a millionaire by 30. I'm not sure. Hopefully, you know, I could see it, but maybe not. I'm 27 now, those that don't know. And last month we did around about, I don't know, 75,000-ish in turnover in the company. And then, yeah, a few other income streams on top of that. And I don't say that in a way to like, oh, look at me, whatever. This is just a money video, and if you don't like it, then just click off. That's totally cool. But if you're interested in making money or you've got similar goals, then yeah, stay tuned. So I want to be a millionaire, and I thought it would be good and interesting for you viewers and for me in this video to break it down to you, break down how I plan to get there in a bit more of a detailed way. So let's dive into it. So if you don't know who I am, this is sort of a quick overview of what I do and who I am. So I started I started my first business about 7 years ago. I'm not going to go into that. It was a gardening business, and then we did landscaping and all that sort of stuff, soft landscaping. Built that up to a few vans, etc., etc. Had multiple businesses after that that didn't work because basically I wasn't the right entrepreneur at the time. I would say they failed, but I failed them. That's the honest truth. Fast forward a few years, got myself into e-commerce very slowly, and then did drop shipping to start with. Then I got into online arbitrage, and then I got into different stuff, reselling online, and then I did a bit of our retail stuff, and then I did my own branded stuff, and now fast forward to now, and I do sort of half reselling, half of my own brand. But as a quick overview, here's the three key things that I do. So I've got my e-commerce companies, which are by far my biggest income stream. So I sell in the USA and the UK. In the USA, we sell other people's products. In the UK, a couple of our own branded stuff, but majority reselling other people's products. And we did about 48,000 in turnover in that company. That's part of the company last month. 47, 48, something like that. And then last month in the UK, we do our own branded products there. So it's our own brand. And we do, like, you know, gift boxes and stuff like that for our own brand. And we did around, I can't remember, 35 to 37,000 turnover in that. And then, as I say, a few other incomes to do with affiliates and stuff like that. But that's the main thing, the e-commerce company. So my goal right now, right, no, let me not dive into that. Let me carry on. So the e-commerce is the main thing. And then I've got my sort of social media stuff, which is like the TikTok and the YouTube, what you're watching right now, based around that. And I do earn money from that as well, you know. I'm in like a hyper niche, I don't know why I called it hyper, it's a niche, micro niche I meant to say, where I talk predominantly about e-commerce and Amazon. And I try to sort of cut the bullshit, you know. I'm not just trying to, you know, get hundreds of people into this webinar so I can sell them stuff. I'm trying to, not that there's anything wrong with the right people that do that, by the way, but I'm trying to just be honest, give some truthful insights, help people, And I don't charge for that. It's all free. You know, I don't sell anything, any courses on there, but I do have a few sponsors on there, and I do affiliates on there. So, you know, if I'm using a software, I won't promote anything that I don't use, etc., or I have used in the past and I believe in, then, you know, I'll put an affiliate link and we earn some money from that. So that's my second thing. So I've got the e-commerce, which is by far my biggest income, probably 80% of my earnings are that. Although I don't pay much out of the company. You know, I don't pay myself much from the company. My e-commerce company, it's still by far the biggest in terms of net profit bottom line. And then we've got my social media side of stuff, which is all based around Amazon once again, but slightly starting to go into more general stuff like I'm doing in this video now. And that's another income stream for me. And once again, that's a small one compared to the e-commerce, but it's still another one. And then I'm just about to start an advertising agency, an Amazon advertising agency, Amazon PPC. So if you don't know what that is, that's where brands are looking to, for example, brands or individuals are looking to sell on Amazon, sell their brands on Amazon is what we'll be doing. And we do all the advertising for them, all the Amazon PPC, which is pay per click. It's Amazon versions of Google Ads, basically. And we will be helping people rank their products on Amazon and get up there and then just maintain it as general clients moving forwards. Just like you get the social media agencies that do the advertising for big companies, we will be doing it for companies on the Amazon platform. So as an overview, that's my three things. Got the e-commerce, the social media, and then the advertising agency, which is still in beta stage at the moment, the advertising agency. They're my three focuses. Now, here's how I plan to really scale this up. Here's how I plan to become a millionaire. Now, I don't know if it's going to be by 30, but it's going to happen. So here's my plan. The e-commerce is my main thing, and I love it. I really do love it. Obviously, it stresses me out. I feel on edge a lot of the time. Whenever you get slow sales days or weeks or month, it stresses me out. But then when it's going well, I'm like, oh, this is amazing. And then, you know, I just can't help but dive into it. I learned a lot of lessons from it. But the e-commerce, my own brand predominantly, I'm going to scale that as big as I possibly can. We're going through a massive transition stage at the moment, so I've just onboarded some new suppliers. I can't go into too much detail because there's probably a lot of my competitors that might watch this video. But to say anything other than it's going to blow up and disrupt the space would be an understatement, in my opinion. I'm going to blow my competitors out of the water, in my opinion, from what I can see from the data and the evidence that I've brought up. So I'm going to be hitting my brand very hard, and that's a gifting brand. Okay, I'm going to be hitting it very hard, and I want, by this time next year, I want to be doing 80, 100,000 a month just in the UK brand. Just in that brand, and that's going to be predominantly on Amazon. Now, I haven't decided fully if I'm going to take that onto its own website off Amazon yet, because I believe in, you know, really homing into the skills that you've got, but I might do. And then on top of that, the business I have in the USA, the selling on Amazon, where we do arbitrage, we resell other people's products, that actually, in many months, earns more than what my brand does in the UK. I don't believe that'll always be the case. And as I say, last month we earned, you know, more. But it was pretty even, but we earned more in the UK last month. But that was because of a seasonal peak like Father's Day and stuff. But yeah, I'm also going to scale the USA side of things up. Now, arbitrage is a bit more of a non-stable business. So I will scale that. And that will be general Amazon selling, but there's many things that we're implementing to also make that more stable, you know, to make that more stable. And we're slowly introducing our own products. And with the e-commerce space, I'm also working on another brand at the moment. Another brand that is going to be our own private label brand that we're actually manufacturing ourselves, much higher barrier to entry. And I'll also be scaling that up. Now, it may sound like this is a lot to handle, but it's not, because I've got a team. I think there's around about 7 of us now. And these are all freelancers, you know, freelance people that work full-time or pretty much full-time, you know, maybe 6 hours a day for me, or business partners / JV partners that I work with. So once you've sort of got really good at something, that's what I've learned. Once you've got something really good at something, you've got systems around it, you can tend to plug other stuff into it. For example, me starting a second brand, which is which can be plugged into the same systems in terms of the prep, in terms of the shipping, in terms of the buying, the purchasing that my team do for me, then really all I'm doing is the same thing, even though it's a different brand, with more potential, more of an exit. So that's it. So that's the e-commerce side of things. I'm going to scale, and then hopefully one day in the next 2-3 years, I will exit one of them brands, hopefully for a 7-figure sum. That's my plan. I don't think the majority of the money that I'm saying that I want to get to be a millionaire status is going to be from that exit. I haven't put that into my plans, but obviously that would be nice, and that would obviously get to that goal. But other than that, it's just going to be the cash flow, just building it up. So then the agency, that moves me on to the agency, and this is in order of importance. So the advertising agency, the PPC agency, for me, that's going to be the big daddy, the big daddy. That's anyone in this space that is a big player tend to own a PPC agency, a PPC advertising agency. They tend to be it. It's not a low barrier to entry. Let me tell you, I've been training for months and months and months. We've had betas for months now as well. We've got clients that we're working on for free, getting them results just because we don't want to launch an agency that isn't up there, it isn't really good. And if it takes another year, it will take another year. We've got to do whatever we possibly can to get that. But anyway, once the advertising agency, the PPC agency is going well, it will be a case of outsourcing that as quickly as possible, getting staff. We want to get UK staff. We want to freelancers that work all the way around the world as well. Get an office and really just reinvest every single penny into that to scale that up. And then I guess we'll be paying ourselves out in dividends, from that company once it goes really well. So scaling that up. And then the next stage is to scale. And by the way, the advertising agency, I don't know if you've noticed by now, it's in the same niche. It's in the Amazon niche, which means that I will be able to get my team to also work on my brands and do all the advertising, launch my products, which takes the work away from me, launch my products to a much better standard than I probably could once they're trained up in years to come, launch that, get that going, get that up, and then maintain all my sponsors on my products as well. So they sort of like feed each other, them two things, more the agency feeding my brands. And then you've got the content. The content, what I create. Now, this is the thing, I'll be honest, that I love, I do love it, and I like, love's a strong word. I like creating content based around e-commerce and Amazon because it's what I know, it's what I know. But here's what I don't like, okay? Here's what I don't like. A lot of nonsense that sometimes comes with it, because in this space there's a lot of sharks. There's some people that don't even really sell, or just sell a few £100 a week or whatever on Amazon, and they're trying to just upsell people courses and stuff like that as if they know what they're talking about. And I don't like being mixed in the same bag as them. And anyone that knows me knows that I'm not. Anyone that knows me knows that I'm not selling people full streams or anything like that. I don't sell courses and stuff, like, to be honest, because I've got a slight issue with that sort of stuff, and I don't want to be, correlated with that. Anyway, that's my issue. I don't care, so go into that. But there's some really good people in the space as well. A lot of them are friends of mine and they sell stuff, so I'm not, digging anyone. But for me personally, in years to come, I will be likely transitioning out of talking about Amazon and e-commerce content. Not anytime soon, but I will gradually, in years to come, phase out. And my plan is to start my own podcast and YouTube channel, hit it very hard, once again, deploy a team, outsource that into a proper team, grow that into a pretty serious production. We're talking professional studios eventually, and serious vlogging and stuff like that, and create similar to the Diary of the CEO type thing. I know it's not going to be like that anytime soon, is it? Because of the the level of fame that they've got now, and the team's like 30 people. But eventually get it to a stage where the production is pretty serious. And, we've got some really good sponsors on there generating some serious revenue. and then also just the other stuff that comes along with that personal brand. And that will be around sort of business / personal development, personal life and stuff like that. I've actually got an idea where I want to interview more of a UK based thing. I want to interview like MDs, maybe like the MD podcast, where I interview bosses. I interview bosses all over the UK. I would love to do that. Yeah, sit down with them and just really get it, because that's my passion, you know, really get a good grip on I just realised now how much of a passion I do have about that. So that maybe that really should be it. But eventually, just what I'm saying is transition into more of a podcast / social thing. And that means that I can just do 1 day of recording a month, get it chopped up with editors. So, you know, it gets more of my time back. My time is more leveraged, and actually the quality of content will go up, and I'll be doing something that I'm much more passionate about and get some really good sponsors on that in the future. And that'll be another income generator as well, but also give out a lot of value, and I'll be very passionate about it. So yeah, that's the plan anyway. So I'm sure other things are going to come up, but I believe between my advertising agency, which is based around Amazon, my e-commerce, which is unlimited potential, the advertising agency, unlimited potential. We could also go into social media advertising way in the future. And then my social stuff, which has also unlimited potential. Once you're out of that niche and you go into general business and podcasting and personal development, I believe between them three things, we can really, really get to that millionaire status. Now, I don't care about the millionaire status. For me, it's just a benchmark of, you know, progressing in business and life. And it's just, for me, once again, money's important to have freedom and, you know, spend time, as much time as you want with your family and your friends, and live the life you want and hire boats and stuff like that. Just do what you want when you want. I don't believe in the matrix, but it's out of the matrix, if you know what I mean. And it's just important. And anyone that says they don't want money is lying. So it's just, yeah. Anyway, make sure you like and subscribe and follow my journey, and I will see you in the next video. Peace out. Peace out. I can't believe I said that.